Hello and welcome to Moffside with me, Stu, or Moff as everyone keeps calling me in the street now. I'll go with that. And Leds and Holly is here, of course, and we've got a very special guest in today. I'd like to welcome in Gavin Hoy, but he unfortunately can't make it. I think he's busy training for the weekend.
So we've got even better.
We've got even better. We've got an even better guest. He's bearded, he's ace, he saves it with his face. Stephen Last. Stephen Last. Welcome, Lasty.
Cheers, Stewie. Thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
me. All good, all good.
Yeah. So at this point in the show, we'll have a little rundown about what happened over the weekend. So we've got the results in. So we'll come to the men's last because you guys are here. So futsal, they were away this weekend. They had 4 games, again, in that whole crazy kind of routine that the futsal have of playing a million games every weekend. 2 wins and 2 losses, so it's a bit of a split there. At the moment, they're still in the running. They need to, though, win all the next games in the national round away from home. So everything to play for there again.
Where are they sitting at the moment? 4th, is it?
Yeah, 4th.
Fourth.
Yeah.
So that gets them a semi-final against top, obviously, does it?
Yeah. So potential is still there. So apparently, Oban futsal White has come back in, and again he was pretty electric for Southern.
Yeah, seeing a clip of one of his goals is up for goal of the week or something.
Yeah, no, he's been doing great. He could come in and have a chat with us if he wasn't actually living in Auckland right now. So, but that's okay because that's where we need him. That's one less bum on the flight, saving everyone heaps of money.
Every penny matters.
Every penny matters. It does. Well, in amateur football, amateur futsal. Then, of course, we had the women's game at home, a 3-0 win for the women against Wybop. Great result there. And last week's guest, Renee Bacon, scored the fastest goal this season in NWL at 23 seconds.
You are welcome, Renee.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Yeah.
Renee.
She took her own advice of shoot.
Pretty much, yeah.
She did,
And it worked out.
From kickoff.
Great.
Straight off the
voice.
bat, was it?
Yeah.
Just shoot.
Yeah.
And then she almost scored again off a free kick. So
Quality, yeah.
So well done, Renee. So back onto the men's now. Okay, so tough fixture always going away up to Christchurch for that English Park derby game. We haven't actually won there. I think we've won there once in the last 10 games. Tough result, tough fixture for us. Came within a hair's breadth of sneaking away a point on the road.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, really disappointing, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Went 1-0 up in the game, and the first kind of 20 to 30 minutes we were well on top, and then just kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit. Definitely wasn't a game we should have lost. I think got towards the end. We weren't great in the second half, were we?
No, I agree with Danny. I think a 1-1 draw would have been a fair result.
Yeah.
Both teams probably cancelled each other out, so there wasn't much chances either end. I think their chance came in the last, 10 minutes, the 82nd minute, I think. So, it was one of them. It was a bit unlucky as well, a slight deflection. So, if it finished 1-1, I think everyone would have said, fair result. But we just 2-1. Disappointed to lose, but I think we'll learn from it and go again this week,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're still above them on the table on goal difference.
As we said last week, it was to get them early in the season and already have kind of that 3-point advantage is a good thing. But as we said previously, like if we do want to push further this year, like we need to start beating teams like Canterbury. Personally anyway, I think Sunday was probably a massive chance to do that. So really disappointing, but as Lassie said, you don't really get to dwell on it too much because the next game comes around. Just move on and hopefully put it right this weekend.
Yeah, and this week's opponents on Saturday 4 p.m. at the Ledwith Park Stadium. Is Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah,
bit of a score to settle with these guys from the last time they came down here.
Absolutely, yeah. I think our Suburbs the only team we've never got a point against since we've been here.
Yeah,
really?
I think so. We didn't beat them in our first year, second year, and then last year again. So it's going to be a tough game.
It's going to be a tough game.
There's no getting away from it. They're always a good side. They got playoffs last year. They won it last year actually. So it's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah.
The only thing is, we're slightly better again this year as well. So we'll be going into the game look to try and win it. To be honest, But as I said, they're decent. We just need to be bang on it, and just approach the game like last week. Go into it wanted to win. So
yeah,
looking forward to it. Should be a good test.
Yeah. How's the atmosphere around the dressing room? Everyone's still up?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah.
It's always hard to take, especially a result like that, going out late, to concede late and lose the game is always tough. But we flew back Sunday night and back in training on Tuesday. And as I said earlier, don't get time to dwell on it, because if you have a bad session on Tuesday because the heads are down, you can't get that back during the week. So you need to just get on with it. And fair to say, spirits are high enough again since.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of new lads in the dressing room as well, so they're learning, young lads. But the experienced players, we're just taking it game by game. It's very important that we don't get too down.
Yeah.
And then don't get too high in the wins. Just try and stay steady, because there's 18 games. So, over the 18 games, we'll see where it takes us. But I don't think we should put added on pressure. Get to the playoffs. We should probably take it game by game and just focus on being better than last year. So, but as I said, there's loads of young lads still learning, and just it's up to Paul, the experienced lads, just to keep everyone grounded and don't dwell on the poor results, and don't get too high on the good ones. Just keep working hard, stay steady. So
yeah, good advice there.
Definitely some positives to take. I think we had two players making their starting debut, which was Cam Mackenzie.
Yeah,
who was only 18 or 19.
Very impressed with him since he came in.
He's been really good. Again, really really young, still learning. But
where's Cam come from?
Wellington.
Right.
Yeah. It was up. I think he was training with Team Wellington for a while, but yeah, really intelligent player. You can tell from even one or two sessions with him.
Yeah.
And the other one was Santi. You obviously know Santi.
I know Santi well.
From
Yeah.
uni. Santi was man of the match for me.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought he was excellent. I was thinking on the way in the car, like we could get him on the podcast, but if people are struggling with my Irish accent, all the best with his.
Yeah.
It's like half Finnish, half Scottish.
Half Scottish.
Yeah.
So
he's probably picking up some Kiwi now as well.
Yeah.
Bit of Kiwi
so
in there,
if we do get him in, we get Holly. You might need to get the subtitles on that one. To be fair, but he was excellent in the game. So delighted for him as well.
Yeah. Did he get any shots on target? Because he's got a fantastic low drive.
I don't think he did. He was too busy defending, to be honest, because he literally he was all over the place.
Yeah.
But great debut for him. So
covers ground really well as well.
He does.
Defensively out of possession, very good. Even just to go back to Cam, proper young lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
He wants to learn, listens, works hard. That's what you want with the younger lads. So he's done really well, and there's other lads as well. Timmy still learning. As I said, Cam. So all these young lads, it's good to see them coming through, and good to see them play well.
Yeah.
So.
And Suburbs, of course, this year are going to be a slightly different side from last year's. Danny Hayes obviously moved on to the All Whites and taken quite a few of the Suburbs players with him, the ones that haven't gone to Phoenix as well. So there's a whole new bunch of guys coming through for Suburbs, but as you say, they won't be, that doesn't mean anything. They'll still be great.
To be fair, I watched them. They were on telly for the first game, and I watched them, and they're excellent. They always will be. But I am very, very grateful that Danny Hay took a couple of them, and a couple of them are gone, because last year they were unbelievable. They were the way they moved the ball around, and these boys were 18, 19, and couldn't get near them.
It was horrible to watch it as a Southern United fan, but then if you took that hat off and watched it as a football fan, it was actually
they were excellent to be fair to them. So
first game back after Christmas as well.
Yeah.
It's never a good one.
Yeah, and in the driving rain as well, wasn't it? I think. As usual.
Yeah.
About Christmas in Dunedin, driving rain coming in sideways, probably about 12 degrees. Lastly, I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Right, be prepared for this one. Lastly, have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Next question. Lastly, are you a posh Dubliner?
In between, I'd say.
Here's the next question, Lastly. Do centre halves make the best captains? Now, you can have more than a one-word answer on this one. Do centre halves make the best captains?
Genuinely, I do think centre halves do make good captains, because they can see a lot on the pitch, Yeah. They're always in a good position to read the game and pass on good information to centre mids or fullbacks, or even higher up. So a lot of managers will probably give it to the centre backs, especially if they're vocal as well. They can see a lot of the stuff on the pitch, So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to give it to a centre back, but I do think a lot of the time you might see it, a centre half being a captain, and that's Yeah, I think it does. You know, if you're in that position, it does make a difference. You know.
Yeah. Cool.
It's more. Yeah. I think it's. I'd agree with what Lassie said, but it's like traditionally the centre halves are just the players that like you can count on the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just this is probably going back a while, but just no nonsense. Like we'll make sure that everyone is working hard.
Yeah.
We'll make sure there's no BS. And just working hard and working your socks off and doing the right thing.
The centre half's the guy who wears the black boots.
Pretty much, yeah. Other than our centre half. Yeah.
I think you're in a position though where you're obviously you need to be reliable.
Yeah.
So what comes with that is leadership. You know. So, and as I said earlier, you can see everything. You know. So you're vocal and but anywhere across the back four really. I mean, obviously Connor's the captain at right back, so he can see a lot of stuff. Even centre mid. Danny playing in the 6 as well, so you know you don't necessarily have to be a defender or a centre back, but it does help at times the fact that, as I said, you can see most of the pitch. You know,
and of course, I mean, there've been some great strikers who've been great captains as well. You know,
but as it goes, I think on the pitch, completely agree with Lassie said, but captaincy goes a lot further than that. You know, you have to be a certain type. So
Lastly, another question for you. This is another one. And also a big shout out to Larry, who I know is watching this.
Big Larry, yeah. Tunes in every week.
He does tune in every week. I expect he does, yeah. So your football background was through a club you've told me before called Blue Bell United?
Yeah, I started off at Blue Bell.
Yeah.
They would have been
I think that's one of the best names of a football club I've ever heard.
It's not bad.
Blue Bell, yeah. Yeah, I was there for about 5, 6, 7, a couple of years before I pushed on to another club. But good club, yeah. It's traditionally it's a Leinster Senior League club, but that's where I started, yeah.
Yeah, and Larry Last is a club legend at Blue Bell.
He is there, yeah. That's where he played most of his football, yeah. He played for Blue Bell, Pats for a while. So yeah, he'd been around, yeah. So he was a decent centre back in the day, yeah. Head anything.
Yeah,
Had anything with that tash.
Absolutely, yeah.
Has he been keeping a trace on the Lassie faceometer? Because I'm sure he'll be interested to know, Larry, that your son's face now at the moment this week after round 2 is the Southern United's position in the league is currently unaffected by Lassie's face.
I'm sure he has. Yeah, he's probably delighted over that.
Yeah,
that was his game. That was his game as well.
Yeah.
So. To be fair, we very nearly had another talking point this week. Yeah. He had a good header that.
Probably should have scored. It was kind of
just a bit high.
Yeah, I kind of was coming down on it and trying to head it in, but. Yeah, I was unlucky. It would have been nice to go in, It was just before half time as well. So
great. Well, talking about this kind of stuff on Moffside, as Rene Bacon will attest, actually makes these kind of things happen. So now we talked about you scoring from another face from a corner. Les is going to get a brace against Suburbs on the weekend.
I was just going to say, when can we start talking about me scoring?
Yeah. Well, let's just jump you straight into a couple, like I say, straight away.
Right.
Yeah. When was the last time you scored a brace?
A brace, honest to God, under 12s. Like.
Under 12s, yeah.
Yeah, been a long time.
Well, it's only been 2 in your Southern United career, so
probably UCD days, was it? Free kick specialist.
Don't even think we did UCD, but yeah, probably under 12s, I'd say. But thanks for that show again, Stu.
So you've
talked about
no pressure.
It is no pressure. So you've scored a brace further away in the annals of history than when you saved the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. So a bit of everything in there.
In there. Fantastic. Okay, so Eastern Suburbs again. They're coming up this weekend, and at the moment, Waitakere are maybe showing actually that they've got some great young signings. The youth team are doing really well. They're after 2 rounds top of the league as well.
Yeah.
So is that too early to say that maybe Waitakere are going to have a good season, or is it a sign that maybe they might be a bit stronger than we maybe thought?
Yeah, I think it's probably just a little bit too early as of right now. I think last year it was similar with Hamilton, wasn't it? Hamilton got off to an absolute flyer last year.
Yeah.
I think they went 4 games, 4 wins or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, like I think Chief mentioned it last week, like you have no idea until you play them. You don't. So we'll just wait until that fixture happens for us and see what happens then. going by the signings they made, I think they'd be similar enough to last season.
Yeah.
They're always a strong side and strong opposition, and definitely some good youngsters coming through as well. So it'll be interesting to see. But great start for them.
And of course Hawke's Bay as well. Looking like, again, if you look at the team of the week, there was quite a big Hawke's Bay influence in there. Of course, Gavin, big fan of the show, obviously in there as well. They've changed their kit, haven't they, this year? They've gone for another black.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
So not enough teams now wearing black in the.
Yeah, well, our futsal team get to wear black.
Yeah, so
I'd love a go at that jersey, but Holly didn't order enough jerseys for it.
Yeah, fortunately, there's only 15 kits, so
15 kits. Yeah,
it's a bit strange, but
even though they finish in about 2 weeks.
They finish. Yeah. No, there's no real kind of red teams really in the National League. I think Waitakere white and red.
Apart from Liam Little in goal.
Liam Little in goal. Yeah,
he loves that one
quite well. Now, I think I read something about that red being psychologically a colour linked with more successful teams than blue, for example. So maybe, I don't know, if anyone wants to change the Southern United's colours to red with white sleeves.
I actually like I like the blue one.
Yeah,
I think that's been good to us as well. So
yeah.
But going back to the start of the season, Waitakere, and it's too early. I think it's too early to call. I mean, we're two games in, so you'd find as well. I mean, as Danny said, Hamilton got off to a flyer last year and kind of inconsistent throughout the season. That's the type of league it is. I mean, I think anybody can beat anybody on the day, So it's too early to call. 2 games in, it's going to be way too early to call, Yeah.
Well, Tommy Semi's doing all right again. I think he scored from a free kick.
Yeah.
Tommy's always dangerous.
He's always dangerous. Yeah.
He's quick. A bit unpredictable.
Yeah.
So he's always dangerous. But it's the same with Suburbs this week. They'll have Wayne and Stephen Hoyle, 2 decent centre forwards. So, every team is decent. We just need to make sure we're banging on ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leds,
would you like to lead into your medium fire round?
I would, absolutely. Now you've listened to enough now to know what these questions are.
Yeah.
Not too quick, not too slow. All right. Well, I know the answer to this, but just for the viewers. So if you could pick one centre back, all right, from world football, past or present, to partner with for the upcoming season, who would it be and why?
In the world.
So can be still playing, can be retired.
Could be Larry Last.
Could be
Big Larry, yeah.
Yeah. What a partnership that'd be.
Yeah. Obviously a big fan of old school centre backs, Richard Dunn, John Terry, Vidic. But I'd definitely go with John Terry, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fact that I just thought he was quality. The way he read the game. People said he couldn't run and stuff, but he never got caught out. He was just so smart. His positional play was so good that, as I said, he was just so good in that position. He knew what to do. So, and as I said, he was a good leader as well. So, big fan of his. But other centre backs as well. I mean, from an Irish perspective, Richard Dunn was very good. So
yeah, proper old school,
great defender.
Yeah. Great at Aston
probably
Villa.
Got better. Great at Aston Villa, yeah. Probably got better when he got older as well. So
but as you said, when you start getting older, you need to use the head more than the leg. So
yeah, definitely.
But even John Terry, I think John Terry was a bit of a ball playing centre half before it was fashionable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, you've got the likes of Van Dijk and stuff now, and that they're ball playing centre halves. Whereas John Terry, I remember John Terry with both feet hitting diags people's toes.
And I think he kind of had to be in those days because he had to compete against the idea of he's not the tallest, and I think he had to actually be good with his feet to actually get in to have a look in. What I mean? And when he started off,
very reliable on the ball as well.
Yeah,
good stuff. Right, next question. So you're obviously quite passionate about your coaching, doing your A licence at the moment, development officer for the last couple of years. What sort of coach do you think you'll be when you're working with senior players? So you've obviously played for loads of teams and dealt with a load of different managers and coaches.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think you'll be like?
In my tactical style or management skills or?
A bit of both. We'll say, so if you're not the first team coach but the manager, so Paul's role at the moment, basically. What would you be like with the players? Do you think you'd be bit of old school, like hairdryer type thing?
Starting out, I don't know. I mean, you obviously had to have a bit of that in your personality to be a good manager, but I'd try and get the players on my side first. You know, I think you have to earn respect as a coach as well, or a manager, before you can, you know, if they see you care and you start getting onto them and they, you know, you're showing passion and trying to improve the players, I think that they will give you respect back and they'll go, well, you actually care so much about us, so, you know, I'm going to listen to him. So I get them on my side first, and then I'll probably have a firm approach, but also approach whereas, you know, you can have a bit of a laugh and have good crack, but if you're taking the piss, well then, you know, you have to be firm with the players to say, well, listen,
find the balance
to it, you know. And also in terms of on the pitch, I'd probably see myself as a more defensive coach because naturally a defender. So yeah, definitely try and set the team up defensively very, very good, and, you know, still learning to get learn as a coach in an attacking sense. So maybe you bring someone else in that has strengths in the attacking areas, you know. So, you know, different avenues, I suppose. But yeah, from a management perspective, you know, have a good balance about it. You know, be firm when it's right to be firm, and then obviously, you know, when the lads need to have some fun, and but the key for me is respect. If if the players respect the coach, if you get them on your side, and they're a fan of you, I think you'll have success. You know.
Yeah. Very good. It sounds like a good manager to play for, that's Joe.
Yeah.
To be fair, like when you turn into a manager, I might be still playing, so I hope you pick up the phone. But
probably will be, yeah.
41.
Alright, next question. The best / worst, so you can only pick one of them, day you've ever had in football. So I wanted to chat about this earlier, didn't really get a chance, but you've obviously massive experience. You went away quite young, 16, 17, was it?
16, yeah.
Yeah, so you went away quite young.
Cardiff City.
Yeah, so it was obviously... I know you about 6 years now, and I've never actually asked you about, one, the day you found out that you were going to sign the contract, and two, the day you found out that you weren't going to sign another one. So I'd say they were interesting days.
Yeah, the day I found out was... I actually broke my metatarsal on trial.
Yeah. Right.
But I done well in the trial, you know. But the last game, I think it was against Nottingham Forest in Cardiff, and I think the last 10 minutes the centre forward went down on me and I broke it.
Right.
So it went from turmoil to being told after the game, listen, we're going to sign you. So it went from such a low to such a high, you know. So, but definitely that was one of the best days, because I thought, well, this is a great opportunity now, you know. And then, yeah, to be told the biggest low, the biggest low was told was not going to continue the contract after the 2 years.
Yeah. Dave
Jones was manager at the time, so it's a bit of a, you know, for a 16-year-old to go in front of 5-6 senior staff, the first team manager, the assistant, the academy manager, and so on and so on. They're all looking at you, and they tell you, listen, they're giving you a reason why you're not getting the next deal. You know. Yeah. You walk out of the room, you're hearing bits crying. You know what I mean? So it's kind of dreams, kind of crushed. Yeah. At that moment in time, you know. Now, lucky for me, I have great family around me, good friends, and they pick you back up and you go again. But to answer that question would be the two of them. Yeah. That would be from one high to, you know, being sold science, getting sold a dream, if you like. Every kid wants to go away, especially in Ireland, and then to be told then you're not going to get another contract that I think was about 18, 19 is the total opposite, you know. So
is that, I've heard a couple of stories about this scenarios. Is it a case of like you walk into the office, get told obviously you're not being renewed your contract or another contract, you walk out and then like you're walking past people in bits and they're next to walk in, like? Yeah,
so you kind of brought in the whole team, whoever's up for renewal is brought into a room like this, so you go in one by one, you know. Yeah, it's a bit of a cruel way to do it. Now you don't come back into the same room.
Oh, so right.
Kind of the liaison officer, if you like, brings you out a different door, and he has a chat with you because he understands. I mean, 18, 19 years of age, he understands that you're going to be in a bad way. You know what I mean? So he kind of brings you down a total different route. So it's tough. It's hard. You know, it's very difficult. But other lads are getting going again. So, you know.
Brilliant. Good insight there, right? I'm going to lift the mood a little bit. Right. Do you think Southern would have a higher points total this year with Garv at centre back with yourself, or Abs at centre back with yourself?
I I'm going to go. Shoey, bring your headers. I'm going to go with Gareth.
Just for the height.
Just for the height, yeah. I don't think Apps will care at all. Anyway, I think he just sack it off after 5 minutes. So.
Just got front, yeah.
Apps gets lower when he jumps as well. And he gets smaller when he jumps.
Should see him squat. Doesn't want to know.
Brilliant. Last question, just a quick one. What do you think? So, like, today's football is a lot. So, today's football, like 14, 15, 16-year-olds, it's a lot different for them than when you were 14, 15, 16. Like, what do you think the most important message is for them players this day and age?
I think most important message for young players is to work your socks off, and most important, be patient.
Yeah.
And not enough young lads persevere now. I mean, they get one disappointment and they crumble, or they give up the game. It's kind of a test of character. It's good for your character actually if you get a few disappointments along the way, because you're going to see what you're made of, So 2 things for me, is work hard, work really, really hard, but along the way be patient, because you know yourself, lads, like from playing with younger lads, we're the same age obviously, but you see 14, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds very, very good, and then they're not playing by the time they hit 21.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then you see the opposite.
Yeah,
you see the opposite as well. They don't get the breaks from a younger age, and then they go on and have a great career. So I think at 13, 14, 15, especially in your teens, work hard, be patient, and listen to coaches as well. Be coachable. That's really important, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably the reason that I asked you, just to relay that message. Because I think young players nowadays, it's like, you get told you haven't made a squad or you're not being signed or stuff like that, and it's like, oh well, I don't want to play football now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're gonna have, like, and I'd say you're the same, lost count of the amount of setbacks I've had in my career. Like, and it's continuous until you stop playing. Yeah. Like, I'm 28 now. Like, if I was left out of a squad the weekend, like, that's a setback.
Yeah.
But you need to just pull your socks up and keep going. If it is a case of, I've had a setback and I want to give up football, you're in the wrong sport. Like, just exactly. Knuckle down, keep going, and get on with it, type thing. Because everyone's going through it. Yeah. And exactly like you said, some people peak at different times.
Yeah,
as well,
definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, losing's learning.
Exactly. Yeah, fail. No problem with fail.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I think that point you made about the fact that it's really hard sometimes to identify who's going to make it at 14, 15, because like you say, some people look really great at that age and then give up, and then other guys who weren't in the picture, late maturers, or maybe get involved at a lower level and then suddenly start finding their feet and start progressing quickly.
I think the key, just try and compete against yourself. Just keep trying to make yourself better, and listen as well. Listen to coaches. Sometimes coaches are not always right now. Along the way they might get it wrong. A lot of coaches will admit that. But the key is to actually get every inch out of yourself, I suppose. And setbacks. Use setbacks as a positive in a different way. In that kind of way to try and learn and bring yourself to the next level. Yeah. Without setbacks, you might always stay in the comfort zone as well. So. Yeah. It's important.
It's a hard thing to, if you think back to when we were that age, like,
it is very hard. It's easy saying it now.
Exactly, yeah. If you do have a setback and someone comes and says to you, "Oh, this will be a positive. Like, this will stand to you." Like, we're not saying, "Oh, you should be happy if you have a setback," but there's a difference between being disappointed and thrown in the towel. Because it is easier to say it now, but as I said, a big difference between being disappointed. Absolutely, you should be disappointed.
Test of resilience, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So on Friday as well, Friday night, this is Thursday evening, of course, coming up to 9 o'clock, on orfm.org.nz for the digital version of it. So Friday night, of course, there's the New Zealand, the All Whites against the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah.
So have you seen the team sheet for the Irish team?
I have actually.
I thought that was
Did you see that this morning?
Yeah, I've seen it. A lot of young lads.
Long lads, yeah.
So to be fair, like, Ireland have been, I'm talking 10 years, like, have been crying out for somebody to just go and throw some young lads in. And, like, there's players that aren't quite young, but players that are really technically good in possession. which doesn't really kind of fit in with Ireland's style. But yeah, been crying out, so I'm really excited. Like players like, I think your man Troy Parrott is going to start.
Starting, yeah.
Jack Byrne, who was at Man City, he's back playing in Ireland now.
Well, there's a lot of League of Ireland players named in that squad.
Yeah. Shawnee Maguire, you know, players that are like do their best work in possession.
Yeah.
So, and again, it'd be interesting to see, because Danny Hayes, I think, is going to take that approach as well.
Yeah. I think it's actually going to be quite a good game.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, if we lose, I'm not going into work for a week.
Yeah. Well, then just suddenly adopt Kiwi nationality.
Well, to be fair, we've actually got two technically two neutrals in the room. So, who are you up for? Stu, Holly?
Holly, do you want to go first?
I was just going to say, we're watching it in the office, aren't we, tomorrow morning? And I've already been told that I cannot support Ireland. So I'm going to...
Was that by an Irish person?
Yes.
Right, I'll second that. Yeah.
Right, so I'm coming into the office with an all-whites jersey tomorrow.
Yeah, well, there's one thing not supporting Ireland.
That's
Another thing wearing an all-white jersey.
I won't wear the jersey, but I'm going to have to back all-whites, I guess.
Yeah, I'll back New Zealand as well, but at the same time, yeah, but at the same time,
we're just end this interview now.
Yeah, but the football fan part of me is really, really interested to see how that game pans out and who plays well, and those young players you mentioned on both sides, and see how they play.
It should be an interesting game.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, well, lastly, that's been awesome. It's been great having you in for a pretty good chat there.
Cheers, Stewie. Keep up the good work. Podcast's been great, so.
Cool. So
thanks for having me on.
Score a goal off the face this weekend against Eastern Suburbs. Danny,
please God.
Leds is here. He's going to get a brace this weekend. Yes. Holly's going to score a hat trick. She's not even named any scores.
Somehow I'll pull it off.
Yeah, somehow she's going to pull it off. And I'll get one as well when I'm playing alongside Lasty for the aerial
Big
prowess.
Yeah, episode Big Lar.
This has been Moffside. Good night.